Tough loss. Anytime you lose in this league, it's difficult. There were many teammates. I want to sit here and talk about how great they played. I thought our offensive line did a great job, only giving up one sack, which was not really on the O-line. I ran forward, would have loved to have gotten rid of the ball. So great job by them. Dalvin's toughness was just tremendous all the way through the game. Our receivers made plays after plays, did a great job. We protected the football. We avoided penalties, which after last week was a tremendous improvement. Obviously the second half we didn't do enough offensively. The third downs, needed to convert more third downs, stay on the field, and be more productive on first and second down to make those third downs, more manageable. And we'll go back and look to improve. We're going back to U.S. Bank now, and will be great to be able to play in front of our fans for the first time in well over a year. Looking forward to that. I'll take any questions.
Kirk, right there. Dalvin exits, complete 4 passes to get the team in position. I guess just how frustrating is it to do that, get the team right there on the doorstep, and then you don't get the win?
It's football in this league. It always comes down to usually the last play, and sometimes it takes overtime. So, that every game's going to be close like that.
In that kind of situation, are you doing the math in your head when you get down there to try to figure out how long the field goal is? Like, are we close enough? Are we not close enough?
I know our range. We get inside the 30, even the 35 with Greg. You can make it. So you kind of know where you want to get to, but every yard is precious, and I think you still want to get as many as you can. Be greedy and get all you can, so that you're not asking too much of somebody.
I think there were like 38 seconds when Osborne caught that last pass. Were you thinking that you might try to run another play or two, or did it not surprise you that you let the time go down?
I just kind of, whatever the coaches decide, I'm just in the headset, ready for the call and ready for what they decide.
Do you talk to Greg after something like that, or do you just leave him alone?
I absolutely, encourage him, and he knows we're here for him, and great player, and has done a great job, putting us in the last 2 games, really, with the way he's kicked. What he did last week is no small feat. It's a very difficult thing to do. So, there are so many plays out there that each one of us individually would like to have back, and that's the way it'll always be.
What sort of weapon does KJ add to the offense?
He's doing a great job. We mix up our personnel groupings a lot. 2 tight ends, 3 receivers sometimes, 2 running backs, fullback. So, there's a constant rotation of who's in the game. But KJ's, doing the same things he did through OTAs and through training camp. He's continuing to do that now through week 1 and 2.
What was working so well in the first half for the offense that you get 3 touchdown passes in 20 minutes or so?
It wasn't any one thing. I think it was, running the football effectively, kept us ahead of the chains. We avoided penalties. We protected the football. We hit explosive plays. We protected well. So, it kind of all comes together. But I think on 2 of our touchdown drives, we didn't even have a third down, on the whole drive. So that also tells you something about staying ahead of the chains and being productive on first and second down and what it can do for you.
Did you get the feeling early in this one that it might be a last team with the ball is going to kind of decide the game situation where you're just going to have to keep scoring?
It seems like more than not, almost every game's like that. So I think it's more the norm than the exception that it's going to come down to the final drive. It just seems like that's the way pro football is.
You mentioned not being in the third downs much in the first half, and you pick up a first down there on the 2nd and 5 with your feet and then have the big scramble. How much of I know you talked about it being an emphasis, but how much was that in your mind today? We have to be able to extend drives and have to make a few plays with my feet, so be it.
Yeah, I think part of it is just the protection. I'm exhausting my progression before I'm running. So I'm saying no to JJ. I'm saying no to the tight end. I'm looking for my halfback. He's used in protection. Okay, now I'm gone. And so you got to have time to get through your progression to do that. The same with the longer run. I'm progressing through, saying no to a bunch of people, and then going. So the fact that you have that kind of protection is what enabled me to be able to run.
Did you see that on that first play, that first pass? Looked like he's got by that cornerback and there was nobody there.
Yeah, it's just a great play design by Clint, great aggressive play call to have that ready early. And KJ did a tremendous job not only running underneath it, but to finish the play. You don't want to end up on the 1 or 2 yard line, having to run your goal line offense. So to be able to finish is such a an important trait of receivers. Justin does such a good job of it. Adam does such a good job of it. And KJ's ability to find the end zone there was a great effort.
Kirk, Mike said that he thought you played tremendous. He also loved how, all the offensive penalties were basically cleaned up today. When you take that, and he says he really thinks this could be a good ball club, is it hard to hear that in this moment, or what are your thoughts on that?
I would agree with him. We're just going to turn these losses into wins. We got to find a way at the end to make enough plays, or really not even at the end. First through fourth quarter, we got to find ways to make plays so that at the end we're on top. And I could have told you in April or July or August that I believe in this locker room, the guys in the team, the group we have. And so after 2 games, my opinion hasn't changed at all.
You mentioned Dalvin Cook's toughness. Do you get a sense of how much he was hurting there at the end?
I didn't have the chance to really ask him, but there's moments where you don't know if you have him for the rest of the game, and he's back in. So just did a great job, coming back and being tough and playing hard, running hard. We ask a lot of him, and he's a warrior.
One of the biggest concerns for a lot of people on the Vikings side is the pass rush from Chandler Jones and J.J. Watt, double teaming one of them. Was there any game plan of stopping them, and how did that translate to the fact that you had no turnovers?
I think we were very aware all week long of their pass rush, their front, really their defense as a whole. I had great respect for what they've done and the players they have, and so all game long, we were aware of that and trying to schematically have a plan, and also, within the play, have a plan to have good answers. But again, our offensive line did a really great job of, holding up in the noise, against a good rush.
How did you feel the communication was? We'd heard all week about that kind of being a focus this week for the O-line.
I think we're on the same page. I think we communicated well. It was loud. It's a loud stadium, but I think we communicated well. Got in and out of the huddle quickly. All righty, thanks, guys.
Thanks.